Welcome. Welcome to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. It's good to be back. Hang on one second. All right. Welcome back. Welcome to the Boxing Bookie. We are back. It's good to be back. Got a good one for you guys today. Let's get into today's show. Looking forward to it. Did a poll earlier today on who would win. Very simple question: Haney or Norman Jr. And the poll came back a tie. I still can't pick this. I right now I guess I'm leaning towards Haney. I may change my opinion. So a couple of things, guys. First, join the Patreon. If you're listening and you haven't joined the Patreon, it's probably like gay, I think. So join the Patreon right now. Link is in the description. It's pinned in the chat. Appreciate that. $5 a month. Also, remember, your gambling advisor came through for you in a real way. So remember to tip your gambling advisor. Super chats are available. Cash App is in that ticker below. Make sure to do that. And after you guys do that, head on over to carnivalbar.com. That's carnivalbar.com. It's the nutrition of a steak. It's the convenience of a bar. Carnivalbar.com. The Carnival Bar is a clean, shelf-stable nourishment crafted by hand for adventures, picnics, and everything in between. Carnivalbar.com. Carnivalbar.com. Use promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. That's promo code BOXING at checkout to save 10%. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into today's show. Really good show today. Looking forward to it. Top-notch show today. We got a huge fight week ahead of us. Norman, that is headlined by Norman and Haney. Devin Haney, Brian Norman Jr. This is a fight we've been waiting for. Shout out to Dev for taking all the best fights. He's the A side. He's the big name. He's the one everybody wants to see. And he's doing it right. Looking forward to the fight. This is my inkling off the bat. Gary, when did you get the new intro? Been working, haven't been alive. I got the same intro I've had for forever. I've had that intro for a year and a half, 2 years. I don't know. We've always had that intro. Real. What up, Real? It's good to have you back, Real. It's good to have you here. The only GK says, I think Haney will neutralize Norman. I'm all in on him. This is, I know whatever one I pick here, like there's two possibilities, right? Like he said, like the only GK said, either Haney neutralizes him, and I think he wins a wide decision, or Haney or Norman steamrolls him, and Norman beats him up and stops him, and that's what makes this so intriguing to bet, because it's either Norman by stoppage or Haney by decision, right? Like those. So it's hard to bet the over. It's hard to bet to go the distance. It's hard to bet the winner. This is just a very, very, very difficult fight to bet. But if I had to put my money on it right this second, and I don't, am I bugging? Did I do something different? That intro I've always had. I feel like I'm being gaslit here. I don't know what's going on. No, I haven't changed anything. I've had that for a minute. Haney money line. It's what I'm leaning towards right now. Salute G. MPG came through 6 assists plus 9. Oh, you bet on the assists. Yeah, he came through right now. He's playing like an all-star. They got him and an unprotected draft pick for Cam Johnson. That's a trade right there. That's a trade. Shout out to my Brooklyn Nets who moved to 2-11. 2-11. My Nets are 2-11, and my Jets are 2-8. So if you combine forces, they're 4-19. Extraordinary. Shout out, real. Shout out. Real says, bro, I might be stupid. Don't take my word for it. It may actually be the first time I've joined before it started. Yeah, doing a little later today. Usually do at 7. I want to do at 8 because I had to watch my Brooklyn Nets get their second win of the season. I'll be going live tomorrow on my Nothing But Nets channel to break that down. And my coach is going to be pissed because they beat Washington and they're not taking the tank seriously. But we're going to have a lot to get into. We're going to have a lot to get into. Benavidez fight to go over. Bam money line. Abdullah by KO. I don't know what else to add to that, to be honest. I like the last 2 legs on that reel. Benavidez fight to go over. I'm not sure. Over 9.5 is what you're betting? I'm not sure. I might lay off that. Benavidez by stoppage. Do you like Benavidez? I like Benavidez by stoppage. Probably around that time, I would say 9 or 10. I'd probably take the under on it. But I would just take Benavidez by stoppage. Unless you think Benavidez by points, then you can take Benavidez by money line, but that's not really worth it. You can just put something else in there. But Bam money line, Abdullah KO, I like a lot. Let's look at a book real quick. There you go. Let's look up Pro Box. I don't have nothing up here. You want to take Armando Casamonica? I've talked about this. I like Casamonica here at plus 290. I like Ray Salim. You could do that. But Bam, I gave a parlay, Bam, Abdullah, and Bam, Abdullah, and Benavidez. It was giving me decent odds, like minus 170. I would do that. Just take Benavidez on a money line. Take Bam by stop. Take Bam on a money line, and then, or take Bam by stoppage. Bam on a money line, Mason by stoppage. I like a lot, and Benavidez. The odds aren't going to be great, but it's going to hit. Unless you want to add better BF by stoppage too. You can add better BF by stoppage. You could do that. You can go crazy and add Casamonica. I think Casamonica wins the fight, and he's plus 300. He's getting worse. It was plus 250 before. Now it's up to plus 290. You might want to take that. I like that a lot. I'll be betting that. But that, the Catterall fight. Well, yeah, shout out to those who told me, because a lot of y'all was telling me, "Oh, Catterall by stop. It's Catterall by stop." And I really didn't want to buy into it. Like I didn't think it was impossible. I didn't bet the distance. I didn't bet the over. I just took Catterall by money line because I thought the odds were, for what it was, which was a layup. I thought the odds were really good. And it ended up being a layup. Catterall dominated the fight. A good fight, better fight than I thought. More action than I thought, but Catterall dominated like I expected. Catterall got the stoppage, and I wasn't expecting that. I want to bet Abdullah by KO so bad at plus 105, but I don't know. I think he definitely stops him. Like I plus 100. I did this on my first show, Boxing Wiz. I would definitely take that. You're getting plus money. Like, I don't see how this fight doesn't end by stoppage. Real talk. Like, and Abdullah is almost certainly going to. I would say I'm a 75% certain. Abdullah Mason gets the KO. I would feel very comfortable with that bet. Take a stab at Mason at plus 1. Mason via stoppage 1 through 4 plus 1,000. That's a good bet. I don't know that it'll hit. but there's good value in that. That stop could come at any point. I said 6. Can you get 1 through 6? And what would that be like? But I don't mind this bet for the value in this. I see the value in here. Abdullah Mason may get him out quick. Like he may. This could hit. I think Yard has only been stopped once by Beterbiev. I think the other 2 losses from Kovalev and Linder. Yeah, that's true. And this is Benavidez, the Mexican monster. I think Benavidez stops him. I absolutely think Benavidez stops him. Benavidez stop is 7-12. These British odds, man, these things kill me. I like Benavidez stop. I'll tell you what I'm getting on it here. Minus 145, so about the same. All right, a little better than what you're getting. If Ben had 10 more seconds, he would have stopped Eubank. Yeah, and if he had 15 less seconds, I would have hit my bet under 1.5 knockdown. So, if Ben had 10 more seconds, he would have stopped Eubank, and I would have won close to $1,000. Dead convinced that the ref had money on the distance. He let Eubank go. I wish he had. I wish they had stopped the fight right after the first knockdown. You heard? I would have stopped it after the first knockdown. Where's Howard Foster when you need him in a real way? Where's Howard Foster when you need him? Howard Foster would have stopped that fight after the first knockdown without a question. But when I need Howard Foster, I don't get him. You're not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I got the Carroll fight wrong. I thought he was gonna take the L, but I got Conor Benn fight right. There you go. The Conor Benn fight was intriguing because we talked about this on the post-fight stream, and a lot of you guys, I gave full credit to Conor Benn. I said I don't want to take nothing away from Conor Benn, but Eubank did look trash to me. He looked washed. He looked aged. He looked weight drained. He looked terrible in that whole fight. And a lot of y'all in the chat was like, no, I take a lot away from that win. Like Eubank, that was a disgusting performance. Shout out. Do you think Benavidez dominates, or do you think it could be close? No, I think Benavidez dominates. I think it's fairly one-sided. I think Yard's gonna fight right into his wheelhouse, and it's just gonna be a bad look. It's gonna be a bad look for Yard. I don't see Bam stopping Puma. Puma is a bona fide champion, and he got a great resume. Okay, he stopped Sor Rungvisai. He stopped Charlie Edwards, and he stopped Juan Francisco Estrada. I get what you're saying. I'm not dumping on Puma. I'm not. But Bam stops everybody. Like Bam stopped Estrada. He stopped Charlie Edwards and Estrada, Edwards, and Rungvisai. 2 of those guys are Hall of Famers. Like, could it go the distance? I suppose. Right? Would I bet for the go the distance? No, I would bet the stoppage. I'm not taking nothing away from Puma. I like Puma. I think Puma is an excellent champion. But Bam is different. Bam is another level. Like I said this on the first show. I think the 2 best fighters on planet Earth are number 1, Terrence Crawford, number 2, Bam Rodriguez, and then Usyk, and then Inoue. Like, number 1 is Terrence Crawford. Number 2 is Jesse Bam Rodriguez. He's the 2nd best fighter on Earth. So I'm going to pick him to win by stoppage quite a bit, unless he's jumping up in weight like Canelo did. I'm typically like Crawford did to fight Canelo. Crawford did to fight Canelo. Unless he does that, I'm typically going to pick Jesse Bam Rodriguez by stoppage, just like I'm usually going to pick Terrence Crawford by stoppage. It was Chris Sr. who said, it's what Chris Sr. said would happen to him. Once he started cutting weight, it was going to catch up to him very quickly. And it happened all at once. It did. He looked horrible. They said he looked bad during the weight cut. I've seen some Eric Morales and stuff look so bad during weight cuts and then look fine and be fine in the fight. I don't know how much to put in the weight cut because I wasn't in there with them at camp. Right. I don't know how they feel, how they respond. Eddie Vasquez is a guy, currently who cuts a tremendous amount of weight, looks dead at the weigh-in and then fights fine. I don't know. What do I know about Harlem Eubank's opponent? It does appear to be a cherry. Eubank is 31 already. He's fighting a guy named Josh Wagner, Canadian guy. He's fought all over. I see nothing special. He got stopped by David Popow in 7 rounds. 7 rounds. Yep. I don't see anything special. I don't love Harlem Eubank, but Harlem Eubank in his last fight looked good. Harlem Eubank, I thought with Catterall did way better than expected. He's got the one over McKenna, which I did not think was going to happen. Like, he certainly looked better. So I think this is a good opportunity to make money on Harlem Eubank, a guy that I don't think very highly of. I would bet on. I'd bet now on Harlem Eubank. I think that's a good bet. I do. You think Haney and Norman goes over 10, and this is it's hard, right? And this is why I don't love betting on this fight. Yes, right now my prediction is Haney by points, so that would be over, right? So yes, I think it's going to go over. I don't love it. There's really nothing I love on this bet at all. I don't love anything. I don't love Haney. I guess I'm leaning towards Haney. Haney by decision or Norman by destruction are the two options. I don't see any other third option here. So this is a very, very tough fight. This is a very, very tough fight. I got to watch some more tape on Norman. I got to look for a couple of things in Norman, and then I'll get back to you. But right now, go Rams. Best record in NFC. Thanks for Devontae. Jets, shout out. 9 receiving touchdowns, most of the NFL. Not a problem. I said when the Jets got Devontae Adams, it was stupid. They weren't going to be good that year. Then they had to pay him $11 million. Like, it was just dumb. What they did was just dumb. Any word from TJ? No, I'm going to reach out to him tomorrow. I'm going to message him tomorrow morning. I haven't reached out to him yet, but I'm working on that, Marta Prince. Not a problem. Johnny Boxon got Norman. I thought so. Yeah. All right. This may be the deciding one that we vote on. I'm not sure. I'm not picking Haney yet. I'm not picking Haney just quite yet. I do like the over, though. I think if I had to bet anything, I like the over 10.5 because I think it's going to hit. Because like in the guards, but Garcia is patient and doesn't throw much. Haney's on. Norman's on you. I don't know. This is a hard fight to bet, man. This is a really, really, really tough fight to bet. It's gonna be it's a good fight to watch with no bets on. It's gonna be good. Yeah, it is a great fight to be a fan of. Just if you're a boxing fan, if you like the sweet science, if you like boxing, this is a great fight. It's stylistically a great fight. We don't know who's gonna win. It's basically a pick'em. It's two contrasting styles. One pure boxer, one pressure fighter who's an absolute killer, who's a good athlete. Like, the more I talk about it, actually, the more I think that this may go the way of losing my brain. This may go the way of Norman. Norman may actually win this. I don't know. Side note: how the hell did Vito Melnicki make it to the Riyadh card? Nepotism. Daddy put him on it. If Haney magically gets a KO, somebody needs to be investigated. I agree. I got Haney, Devin. I got Haney, LOL. Devin handpicked Norman for a reason, in my opinion. I think he's going to put Ramirez fight part 2. We said that about, that's fair. But we also said that about Ryan Garcia, did we not? We definitely did. Can't take Haney after his last performance. His last performance, he beat a former unified champion and smoked him, beat him every round. Like, I get it. It's not sexy. It's not extraordinary. It didn't wet your girl's panties. But Devin Haney dominated every round, every minute with a former world champion. So I don't know if we want to beat him up for that, to be fair. It's Friday card in Long Beach that features DJ Zamora, my boy, DJ Zamora and Steven Navarro. DJ Zamora is a real one, top ranked guy. Top Rank doesn't have boxing anymore after 70 years, whatever the hell it was. So DJ Zamora is fighting on this Long Beach card. Shout out one of the real ones. DJ Zamora is a very, very good looking prospect. Keep your eye on DJ Zamora. My pound for pound top 7. Number 1, Bud. Number 2, Usyk. Number 3, Bivol. Number 4, Nakatani. Number 5, Inoue. Number 6, Benavidez. Number 7, Bam. I would flip Nakatani and Bam, but I like this list. This is a good list. The 7 names are right. I got a little issue with the order, but the top 7 names are correct, I would say. I think Haney will at least survive, and no way he will finish Norman, so over seems like an okay parlay piece. Yeah, I like the over. I like the over. I think the over is definitely a pretty good parlay piece. I would bet the over. I think that's hits. I think you're safe. I think you're good. I would look to play that. Yes, indeed. We didn't do a poll this show. We didn't do a poll, did we? No, I didn't do a poll. Guys, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Help me get to over 3,000 subs. We're almost at 3,000 subs. We're just about there. I need you guys to sub. Join the Patreon if you have not already. Also, I'm going to be starting memberships. Probably going to do that tomorrow. I need to get some sleep. I didn't sleep much last night. I want to get some sleep tonight, but I'm gonna do that BAM tape. I just watched my Nets. So I got nothing left going on today after the stream. So it's only going to be 8:30, 9 o'clock when I finish up this stream. And I'm going to watch a bunch of BAM tape. I'll probably do the video tomorrow because, like I said, I do want to get some sleep. Steven Navarro is tough. His style reminds me of Bam. Yeah, Steven Navarro is a good fight. This is a fun card. Let me look this card up. He's fighting a guy 6'1" and 2. How do we watch this card? This is a cool card. How do we watch this? Trinidad Vargas is on the card. This is a cool card. Eric Mondragon. Yo, this is a cool card. Hang on, look at this. Guys, check out this card. Navarro and Mendoza. Rubicalva's on the card. DJ Zamora. Trinidad Vargas. Samuel Contreras. It's a cool card. The toughest. Ivan Zarate. It's a cool fight. I mean, it's a cool card. Yeah, I'm into this card. How do we? Does anyone know how we watch this? I'm into that card. Abdullah got dropped twice by Johan Vasquez. That is correct, Rambler. Yes, that is factually correct. Gary, did you watch any MMA at all? I'm not an MMA guy. I don't. Do you watch? I don't watch any MMA. Sorry about that. Nakatani to beat Inoue. A lot of people are going to pick that. I don't know how I feel about that, but a lot of people are going to pick that. I'm letting you know, real. A lot of people are going to pick that. What Scobie's game plan was while he was fighting Azim? I don't know what Scobie's game plan was while he's fighting Azim. He doesn't have. He's not that good. He's not. He's not a ring general. He's not good enough, right? I knew that Azim was another class, and that's why I love the odds on that. Shout out. I heard Keyshawn is going to fight Albright again. I have not heard this, but I am interested in that. Shout out to Albright for taking that fight after Keyshawn jumped him and locked him. Yeah, I was at that card. If you check my content, I have an interview from that night with Kelvin and stuff. I think Haney will wobble Norman and get his respect. Haney dropped Regis. You guys forget Haney dropped Regis early in that fight. Regis said his power was pretty good. Gary, all my shit talking about Scooby paid off. I've been telling everyone that mofo was ass 3 years. Yeah, he's not good. You were correct about that, real for sure. How many more times are you going to let Patty down and let you down before you stop taking them? Probably a bunch more. You know, I probably won't learn my lesson. I'm not that smart. I'll probably keep betting on him. That's twice now. You know, I'll probably bet on him a few more times, take a few more L's, and then I'll throw him in the Chris Colbert, Alan Garcia bucket. And that's going to be one of the perks to being a member is the no bet list. You cannot bet on these fighters. And if you see a friend betting on one of these fighters, you tell them to stop. Yeah, but also, didn't Regis get wobbled by Vape Straw owner Jojo Diaz multiple times? Fair enough. But this was honestly Vape Store owner. This was before we thought Regis. I picked Regis to win that fight. I picked Regis to win that fight in a real way too, and he was shot, and that was the beginning of it. But we didn't know he was shot at that time. He had only lost to Josh Taylor, fight many people thought he won, and he had looked good. He had picked up some wins since after the tail. We just thought I misread the situation there on Regis for sure. Havelock wants in the conversation. Says, with that being said, I do think Haney is insecure about his punching power. I remember him weirdly asking Linares if he felt his power after they fought. I don't remember that. Okay. That's interesting. Maybe he is insecure about his power. I don't know. No. People are strange. People are weird. So let me just run through this. I'm going to do the BAM video tonight. I'm going to do a live tomorrow. It's the second live today. I'm going to bring you guys a ton of content. I'm just going to pump out the content every single night, bring you guys as much content as I can. I hope Devin learned a lesson by not playing into wanting to prove people wrong about his power. If he fights his fight and doesn't try to be something he isn't, he will win. If he fights his fight, he wins. If Norman fights his fight, he wins. So it's who can impose their fight? Can Dev make it a slow, boring fight? If he can, he wins. Can Norman make it a scrap? If he can, he wins. So this is what makes this fight so confusing to bet on. But I'm going to reach out to Johnny. I'm going to try to get Johnny on. And I'm definitely shout out to Marta Prince. Shout out Marta Prince. I'm going to try to get a collab. I'm going to reach out tomorrow. I'm going to reach out to my boy Chilltown, TJ. I'm going to try to get Chill up in here too and have me and Chill break down these fights. I want Chill's take on this Haney fight too. All right, y'all. I think I'm out. I got to gloat about Tiger Johnson too, in a real way with TJ. TJ is really good, man. I love having TJ on. All right, but I'm gonna wrap. If Haney fights his fight, it will be a shit fight. Yeah, and he'll win. I don't disagree with that, and that's what I'm saying. If Haney fights his fight, he wins, but it's a shit fight. Like I don't disagree. Like I agree with what you're saying in a real way. It's really funny how bad Scooby looked when he isn't fighting Domino delivery drivers. I was not a fan. I thought that was an easy pick with Azine. I thought that was easy money, even at minus 1100. Just put it in your parlay. Just putting it in your parlay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna wrap. Y'all are the best, guys. Questions, comments, thoughts, super chats, Cash App, super chats always available. Cash App, super chats always available. Cash App's in the ticker below. Super chat me now if you can. I will be live again tomorrow. Y'all are truly the best. If you have any last minute questions, comments, thoughts, super chats, hit me with them now or forever hold your peace. I will see you guys tomorrow. I will also have that BAM video out for you tomorrow. It is November 16th. It is 2025. From Texas to the world, thank y'all and God bless.
Don't miss a tweet, post, story, or video. 3D Boxing is on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Hit the subscribe button now to stay inside the ring.